Hello friends, followers and subscribers. So, Navigraph have acquired Simbrief. In this video, we're going to take a little look at what that means for the flight simulation community. Is it good? Is it bad? What do you think? Let's have a look and delve into those details and see what this is going to mean for the simulation community with regards to Simbrief and Navigraph. So, those that are unfamiliar with Navigraph will be wondering what on earth Navigraph is. Well, Navigraph, if you've ever watched any of my live streams, or indeed any other streamers' live streams that look to do realistic flights here or in any other flight simulation program, will most likely have seen Navigraph charts being used and displayed on screen. So Navigraph uses Jeppesen charts. Jeppesen charts are real-world charts that are used by pilots all across the globe, and thousands of flight simmers worldwide use these through Navigraph as it adds realism to the way that we fly our planes in the simulators. I use them, and of course they show the different charts for different aerodromes all over the world, including the standard instrument departures, the standard arrival routes, all the approaches and everything like that. And as you can see, we've got loads of different things down here. So I've just pulled one up here. We're departing from Palma de Mallorca in Spain. So we've got the ground charts. As you can see, that really helps with taxiing, parking stands as well. They really are true to life. And if we have a look at our arrivals, we can see we've got an arrival shown just here coming into Toulouse. So I would not fly without these, particularly if you're wanting to fly on things like VATSIM, which obviously has real-world air traffic controllers. You need those charts really to be able to perform these flights. So yeah, Navigraph is a huge thing for flight simmers worldwide. So once I've got a flight plan which I want to fly, or a flight that I want to fly, well, where do I currently get my flight plan from? Well, that would be Simbrief, something else which you will see me and many other flight streamers show on their streams when creating an operational flight plan. And I do have plenty of tutorials regarding this as well on the channel. So when I want to do a flight, my first port of call is I launch Simbrief. So Simbrief is a free to use flight planning software, and some would argue that it's probably the best flight planning software that is available. It's not really software, it's web based, but you get the idea. And what this does is you can type in your airline, flight number, departure, arrival, alternate, all that stuff, which aircraft you're flying with different airframe profiles, and it automatically then puts in the departure runways, arrival runways, gives you a route including standard instrument departures and standard arrival routes, and tells you that it is valid for the current AIRAC cycle. Of course, once you've done all that, you simply click on generate the operational flight plan, and a nice briefing for you is created. And this, I use the Easyjet layout, and it is very, very realistic. I can tell you from experience, this looks exactly like the kind of operational flight plan that Easyjet pilots get. They look exactly the same. So, Navigraph then have bought Simbrief. Navigraph is a subscription paid service. Simbrief is free to use. So if, like me, the first thing you're thinking is, does that mean Simbrief is no longer going to be free? Well, that's an interesting topic. So Navigraph and Simbrief have been integrated now since 2013, and one of the ways in which they became integrated straight away is the AIRAC cycle. Well, the AIRAC cycle, in short, basically means it's updated every 28 days, and it's the worldwide database of waypoints, departure routes, arrival routes, all things like that. So in order to use the most up-to-date AIRAC cycle, you have to have a Navigraph subscription to use that within Simbrief. Now on Simbrief here, if we just go back to this edit flight, you'll see if I scroll down, There is the current AirAct cycle. Because I have a Navigraph subscription, I can unlock the current AirAct cycle. If you do not have a Navigraph subscription at the moment, then you use an older, outdated AirAct cycle, and sometimes this can confuse things, because here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 it actually uses the up-to-date navigation AirAct cycle, which is downloaded automatically every month through Microsoft and Azobo's updates. So occasionally, if you're using an old AirAct cycle, you'll get some waypoints from there that perhaps may no longer exist, and this does throw up errors from time to time. However, Navigraph have said that Simbrief is still going to be free. So in their press release that they've put out, they've stated Navigraph, the flight simulation community's trusted source for updated charts and navigational data, has announced that they have acquired Simbrief, the flight simulation community's most popular flight planning software. This acquisition is a natural progression of the already close collaboration between Navigraph and Simbrief, and it builds on the integration between the two platforms that has existed since 2013 and provides the ability to do flight planning using up-to-date navigational data. Simbrief's flight planning functionality will continue to be free. Now that to me is very, very important. I'll say that again. So Simbrief's flight planning functionality will continue to be free. Users who want to use the most current navigational data can subscribe to Navigraph and unlock the current AirAct cycles in Simbrief as before, as I've just shown you. So Navigraph say that the Simbrief founder Derek has done an outstanding job creating the flight planning service, which all flight community, simulation community loves, and they plan to integrate Simbrief and Navigraph even further to enable additional functionality to Simbrief using the data and resources Navigraph has available. Derek, who created Simbrief, will continue to play a key role as they develop some of the features in the next generation Navigraph Charts product. With the powerful combination of his real-world aviation background and software development experience, Derek is a welcome member and skilled multidisciplinary navigational development team. So they're going to make Simbrief's flight planning functionality even more accessible to developers in the community by structuring the Simbrief API together with Navigraph's API in the upcoming Navigraph Developer Portal. Now, what does all that mean? What can we expect? So, at the moment, when I want to do a flight, the first thing I do is I open up a website and go directly to Simbrief and create my operational flight plan. Once that has been created, just clear that. Once that has been created, we get the briefing, and there it is. So how do I get the charts from that into Navigraph? Well, actually, Navigraph is already really good at this. Once you open Navigraph, if you go to Flight, we then select New Flight, and if we press from Simbrief, that is the latest Simbrief operational flight plan that we have just created. So we just select on that, and here it is. Everything is already laid out for us. All we have to do then is go in and select which charts we want to use for each of the two airports. So that is the way things work currently. So are Navigraph saying that very soon in the Navigraph Charts app, as you can see here, soon we'll automatically have a Simbrief option within here? That would be really, really neat. No more having to go to the website. We can just launch Navigraph Charts. But what about taking that one step further? We already know that several aircraft developers and even the fly-by-wire development team have Navigraph Charts on their electronic flypad, which we can see down here, and although not yet available in the fly-by-wires Airbus A320NX in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, it will be coming very soon. We've already seen that. So the operational flight plan we can see is just here. We can already pull information from Simbrief just by going to the dashboard. We select the From Simbrief, and then we can show the operational flight plan. There it is, just as we had previously seen on the website. Exactly the same thing, just laid out very slightly differently. So perhaps with this new integration, what if all we had to do was jump straight into our aircraft, and as well as having the Navigraph Charts showing on here, we would have Simbrief flight planning tool also shown on the flight plan. Suddenly, no longer do we need to launch a website, no longer would we need to launch Navigraph. Everything would be all waiting for us on here. Now that for me is really, really exciting. So will it continue to be free all the way through? The developers at the moment state yes, it will. How will this continue into the future? I'm not sure. Navigraph, of course, is a payware company, and Simbrief offers so much for free at the moment. The ability to have different operational flight plan layouts. For instance, the one I use, of course, is Easyjet, but if we just go back to editing that flight, you can see many other airlines are available. So you can use things like Easyjet, you can use different ones here. The standard is the Lido, and we've also got KLM, Ryanair, Etihad, Lufthansa, etc, etc. Will these start to be little add-on payware things or subscription based? I don't know. They've only said that their flight planning option is going to be free at the point of use. That does leave the door open to many other things that they could potentially start charging for. Unfortunately, only time will tell. So there it is. Navigraph has acquired Simbrief. Let's wait and see what happens in the next few weeks and months as things start to develop. Overall, many people have said congratulations, and this is a great thing that is coming. We'll have to wait and see then to see what will happen over the next few weeks and months. Thanks for watching, guys. Please do consider hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell for information of more detailed videos to come, and of course our live streams. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.